at that. It's teaser time for week 16 of the NFL season presented by Betfred right here on the Hammer Betting Network. Quick recap of last week. Got back to our winning ways. Went 2-0. The Bills and Eagles came through for us. A little sweaty on that Bills one, right? Then the same game teaser on Monday Night Football. The Bills and the under on an easy one. Remember, if you want to track the action on this show, download the Bet Stamp app. Find us there under the name. What else? Teaser time. All right, let's get right into the action for week 16. You guys know the drill. My 5 favorite teaser legs. I take the top 2, put them on an official ticket together, and I also have a same game teaser for Sunday Night Football this time around. All right, let's start things off with the New York Giants. Once again, take them from +4 all the way up to +10 versus the Minnesota Vikings, who we will fade once again on the show. We've been fading the Vikings a lot on the program here, so not a whole lot separating these teams, the Vikings and the Giants, 26 and 27 in net yards per play. Neither of them very good. And while the Vikings, they get a nice pat on the back for that historic comeback last week versus the Colts, they were still undisciplined enough to allow 33 points on their home field in one half versus a bad Colts offense. And, they have displayed some serious inability to pull away in games this season. They have just one win by double digits this season. That came all the way back in week 1 versus the Green Bay Packers. As for the Giants, nothing special. They do excel in a few key areas defensively, though. They rank in the top 5 in both third down defense and in the red zone. As a result, I think they keep this one from getting out of hand. Next up, give me the Las Vegas Raiders. Take them from +2.5 all the way up to +8.5 in Pittsburgh versus the Steelers. It is the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception. RIP to Franco Harris. Thank you for your contributions to the game. Okay, so this is something that I pointed out a couple times in recent weeks on the show because we backed the Raiders a couple times in recent weeks. They've been great at one thing this season, avoiding getting their ass kicked. Their season's been filled with nothing but disgrace and humiliation week after week. They got a little break last week versus the Patriots, didn't they? But they only have one loss by more than 7 points this season. Meanwhile, on the other side of the football, just one double-digit win for the Steelers. And the Raiders are probably the better football team, really. They've had a lot of bad luck, but they come into this game tied for 12th in net yards per play. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh, way down there at 27. I know Pittsburgh's been playing better lately, but when you take a look at the bigger sample size, I think the Raiders are the better team. You get them up to +8.5, you're goddamn right. All right, next up, Buffalo Bills. -9, down to -3. I know some people don't like landing on the 3 in a teaser, but I don't mind it in this spot. The Eagles-Bears game last week, some people might take a look at that and say, well, the Bears gave the Eagles a good game. Not as close as the final score indicated. Philly won by 5. They easily won the yards per play battle. They dominated on third down, went 9 for 16, but they turned it over 3 times. So the game was a lot closer in terms of the final result. I'll easily take the Bills down to -3 for the same reason why I took Philly down to -3 versus the Bears in Chicago last week, because this is a mismatch of epic proportions between the Bills offense and the Bears defense. The Bears dog shit defense, we'll call them. Bottom 5 in yards allowed per play, opponent third down conversion percentage, and in the red zone. I don't think there's much debate that the Bills have a really good offense, right? Top 3 in yards per play and on third down. Justin Fields probably going to be able to make a couple plays with his feet, but I do not think it will be enough. The Bills don't make the official ticket here, by the way, because there's some weather concerns in Chicago. Sometimes funny things happen with weird weather. But now it is time, guys, to get into official teaser ticket territory. We're going to start things off with the Baltimore Ravens, taking them down to -1.5 with the Atlanta Falcons in 10, and this is a tough spot for Atlanta. 2-6 in their last 8 games with a rookie QB who's coming off a performance where he threw for 97 yards versus a defense that's absolutely peaking right now. Then you have the whole dome team going on the road, playing outside in absolutely frigid, ice-cold conditions. And Baltimore doesn't set up very good for the Falcons here, does it? Maybe it's flying under the radar. I talked about how the Ravens' defense is peaking right now. Check this out. They've allowed fewer than 15 points in 4 of their last 5 games. Fewer than 15 points in 4 of their last 5 games. We saw Atlanta run it on 56.5% of plays in Ritter's debut last week versus the Saints. A heavy dose of the run. Probably not a good approach versus the Ravens, who's fantastic against the run. They rank 3rd in yards allowed per rush attempt on the season, while also ranking 3rd in opponent 3rd down conversion percentage. Now a counter to teasing the Ravens down might be, Joe, they can't score. That's true. They've been having trouble putting up points here. But maybe a good spot here, good opportunity versus an Atlanta defense that does not travel well. They rank 29th in yards allowed per play when playing on the road. So first leg on the official teaser, Ravens down to -1.5. And no shock who I'm pairing them with. This team's going to be on everybody's teaser ticket this week. The San Francisco 49ers down to -1 point with the Commanders in town. Give me a break. So San Francisco, this team has not missed a beat since Brock Purdy filled in here at quarterback. Wins coming by 16, 28, and 8 since Mr. Irrelevant took over at the quarterback position. They're on a stretch that's seen them go 7-0 in their last 7 games when teased by 6 points. And this is an incredible mismatch between their defense and Washington's dog shit offense. Washington, 26 in yards per play, 28th on 3rd down, and they're allowing the 4th most pressure. This game does not set up very well for them. San Francisco's defense, 2nd in yards allowed per play. They haven't allowed more than 17 points in 7 straight games. Absolutely flying right now. And offensively, they've gotten into the 30s 4 times in their last 7 games. This one shouldn't take much more convincing, so I won't waste your time. Official teaser ticket. We're taking the 49ers, and we're pairing them with the Ravens. All right, same game teaser time. For this one, we go to Sunday Night Football. What a treat the NFL's given us. The Bucs and Cardinals on Christmas night. What a delight. This is it's a shitty game, right? But I think a really good betting opportunity here. An absolutely perfect storm for a same-game teaser. Take the Bucs down to -0.5 point and pair that with the under, which you can take up to 47 points. So it's either going to be Colt McCoy or Trace McSorley, quarterback for the Cardinals. And it doesn't really matter. It depends if Colt McCoy clears concussion protocol, but each of these guys absolutely stinks. You dig into it, Colt McCoy's last 3 times out, the Cards scored 15, 13, and 10 points. So that hurts them and helps the under in our case here. 0 touchdown passes, 3 interceptions in those games, while being sacked 11 times. Trace McSorley, he's made 3 relief appearances, I guess we'll call them this season. 0 touchdown passes, 3 interceptions, and a quarterback rating of 29.5. That's not a good recipe versus a Bucs defense, which is still really good. Maybe not really good, but pretty good. We'll say that about them. I think that 34 points they allowed last week to the Bengals, pretty misleading. If you dig into some other stats in that game, they actually only allowed 3.8 yards per play. That's very good, especially versus offensive caliber of Cincinnati's. But the problem was the offense kept turning the goddamn ball over. It completely screwed them over. So this is still a pretty good Bucs defense versus quite possibly the worst offense in the league when you factor in what's going on with the quarterback situation for the Cardinals. So I think we see the Bucs come out. They've had so many letdowns. I'd be cautious of taking them -6.5, but getting them just to win by a single point on a teaser. I think they're going to come out a lot more focused in this game. This is truly a must-win game for them. They're still in first place in the division. They can't afford to lose another game, so maybe a little Christmas present from the betting gods to tease the Bucs down and the under up. Same game teaser Sunday Night Football. So there you have it, guys. Teaser time for Week 16. We're just zooming right along here. So thank you for watching the show. Thank you for watching all the shows here this season. I wish all you guys a happy holidays and Merry Christmas. If you celebrate, don't forget to check me out with my day job with Vegas Insider. I host a little show called Chasing That Paper. You can find that on the Vegas Insider YouTube channel Monday through Friday at 11 Eastern. Good luck with your bets this weekend. See you next week. Woo!